Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about Rodrigo potentially going to Manchester City. Now, this is a transfer I do not think it is likely, but let's talk about it anyways, because this will be a dream transfer. And I'll tell you why. So, first of all, the transfer itself, Real Madrid is allegedly asking 170 million for Rodrigo. So is it going to happen? That depends on how desperately Manchester City wants Rodrigo. And he's a really good player. He is, in many people's opinions, better than Vinicius Jr. I don't think so, but I don't think he's far off either. And he's exactly what Manchester City needs, as we are going to be replacing Bernardo Silva, who kept that right wing occupied. Savio coming in might let us put Doku on the right wing, but you know who's far better than Doku? It's Rodrigo. Rodrigo does everything Doku does, but he does it 20 times better. He's got a dozen times more experience, and he just is better. That's all there is to it. Rodrigo is also very direct. Savio is direct, and they have both played in La Liga. They understand each other a little bit from the few confrontations they have had already. They both know what Manchester City wants because Savio, City Group, and Rodrigo has played Manchester City a few times. He knows what it is to be at Manchester City from playing against us. So Rodrigo, he will be very good in linking up with Foden and Haaland and Savio, and he will just go wherever you want. And what Rodrigo also gives you is the ability to swap the wingers. Savio and Rodrigo, if they're not performing well, swap sides like they used to do. Tell me if you remember the era when wingers would just swap sides all the time. We don't do that anymore in football. So boring. Anyhow, Rodrigo gives us that potential to just swap wingers if one winger isn't having a good game on one side or whatever. It could keep our system working as it is already, but even more interesting is if we talk about some other signings. Let's assume that the defense stays the same because it doesn't matter a lot for attacking. But let's say we sign Eze or Florian Wirtz, very different players. So I don't think Wirtz is likely, by the way, it's just an example. So if we sign Eze, what would that look like? Well, we would have Eze to come off the bench for the right wing and Doku and Savio to rotate for the left wing. That would mean we always have a left winger fit. We always have a right winger fit. That is a big problem we have had this season, with Grealish fading in and out of injury, with Doku, who was just new to the team, not being ready to take up that Grealish role yet, and Bernardo Silva was injured for a period, and then we had to play Doku on the right, and we had to play Nunez on the left. So we have had difficulties with having enough wingers. But I think even more importantly, when you look at Manchester City having to play 70 games next season, which is utterly ridiculous. Fuck off with that Club World Cup. I hope it gets banned. Don't watch it if you're a City fan. Just don't watch it. Do not watch it. Don't care about it. It's fucking shit. It's just made for the money. Anyhow, back to the topic. Doku and another signing who would be a winger, they could keep our wings fit, which is a big issue we have had all season long. And Rodrigo, world class, fits straight into our starting 11, does everything we need him to do, and he's got some experience. He's a winner. He knows what it is to win. He knows what it takes to win the Champions League. He has had big moments for Real Madrid. He definitely will have them for Manchester City. It is a dream signing, and let's say that this other signing is Florian Wirtz. I don't think it's likely. This is like my wet dream. Florian Wirtz and Musiala, but in this case it's Rodrigo. Let's say we have Florian Wirtz here. Again, just a wet dream. He could play in, and if you haven't watched Florian Wirtz this season, you might not know what I'm talking about, but if you've seen him play, you will know whenever he gets on the edge of that penalty area and the wingers got inside, he just plays that ball over the top, and it's 9 out of 10 times fine it's targeted, and then the wingers can just shoot into the goal. And that's something that Rodrigo does at Real Madrid already. It's something that Words can definitely pull off, and that will be so beautiful to watch that link up between them. And not only that, Words is of course versatile. Words can go all to the flank, not as well as, for example, Musiala can, but he is versatile. He can rotate with that entire midfield, with that entire attack, with all the wingers and stuff. He can rotate with Haaland if Haaland decides to drop deep. And Rodrigo is the same. If Haaland decides, I want to go to the wing, and I've talked about Haaland before, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll give you a short explanation. Haaland is very good as a winger, and many people don't know this because they haven't watched him at Dortmund. When Haaland goes to the wing at Dortmund, a winger goes into the striker position, and Haaland takes the ball through the wing, crosses it in or passes it, and then he can cross it in or he can pass it. Haaland has very good crossing, by the way, or pass it to Foden, for example, and cut inside. Haaland has done that a lot for Dortmund, and it worked. And I think that is something we need to move to get Haaland more involved. So, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, that's a very simplified explanation. So anyway, Rodrigo absolutely can play that striker position. Why is that crucial also? Well, if Haaland is injured and Alvarez plays, Alvarez likes to be all over the pitch as well. Alvarez likes going to the left wing, to the right wing, and dropping deep. Foden and Wirtz in this case, they can both go up striker. Savio, I guess he can do it, but it's not his strong suit. Rodrigo can also go up and play that central position, which means Rodrigo fulfills a quality in fulfilling other players, I suppose, with letting Haaland roam. He also does it with Alvarez, which, if Haaland is injured, he can go in that striker position. Rodrigo has no problem with that. And that allows us to rotate a lot more with our team, to experiment a lot more with our team than we would be able to if we only had Doku. And listen, I like Doku. I criticized him heavily throughout the season. At the end of the season, I have come to like him. But Rodrigo is definitely the better option if you look at it from an objective angle. Now, with that said, I've already told you this. This is not a likely transfer. This is a wet dream of a transfer, but I don't think it's happening. Rodrigo has few reasons to want to leave Real Madrid. I mean, they are the biggest club in the world. Compared to Real Madrid, Bayern Munich is a small team. Please, realize this. If you are a Madrid fan, you are the only big team in the world. That's just how massive Real Madrid is. So, why would he want to leave Madrid? There are players who have left Madrid, but I just don't think it's likely. And the fee is 170 million. That's not that far off the Neymar fee. And I suppose Paris Saint-Germain did pay that Neymar fee at the end of the day, but I just don't think it's very likely. But do tell me down below if you think that this is a likely transfer. And if you would want this transfer, I would certainly love it. Tell me down below what you think. How would he fit into the team? Do you think he's a great idea? Do you think he can fit in that striker role and rotate with Haaland, as I said? And just tell me your opinions down below. Please do like and subscribe. Helps the channel out a ton. And I'll see you on the next